Yep, welcome right back to it. Is the current review of Central News, partnering with the TT Hookup, TT African Vibes, the ANCYL podcast, and I am still with Teboho Kotsi of the ANCYL podcast. This time around, we are being joined by the Provincial Secretary of the Economic Freedom Fighters, Tlangi Msimanga. And he looks like Tlangi Msimanga today, you know. The white beard growing very fast there. Political frustrations, the advancement of age. Welcome.
Not advancement of age, like I said. My struggle is that of capturing state power in order to use that state power to suppress the ruling class. Yeah, to suppress the ruling class.
Tebza, you will lead us in this section, man.
Okay. How are you, gentlemen?
We're fine.
We are fine.
And you?
Me, I'm quite simple. Besides this weather in Bloemfontein that is undecided for what's going on with it. But anyway, without wasting any time, gentlemen, I'm just going to shoot straight into it and we'll be discussing the issue, especially around the municipality in discussion here at Metsimaholo. Where we saw that the EFF actually filed for a motion of no confidence against the DA mayor. And it has become a usual thing whereby we are seeing, especially across the country, where motions of no confidence are actually being filed against current mayors and political parties are actually fighting. So what I want to understand from the EFF's point, why was the motion of no confidence filed against the current, the exit mayor from the DA in this regard? What was the problem with it? Why did you guys get to a point where now you just felt, oh, we need to file a motion of no confidence?
Well, there are a number of reasons why we filed a motion of no confidence against government of DA in Metsimaholo. You'd remember we have blocked the ANC from accessing power there. And then we then said, let's give this one a chance of DA. We gave them a chance. Before we know it, you'd remember the very same platform, Central News, was capturing number of stories from Metsimaholo. Me, of course, being at the forefront, fighting issue of corruption in a security tender there in Metsimaholo. The executive mayor, the then executive mayor was using his bodyguard driver to deal with technical aspects of a tender in Metsimaholo. So he was throwing specifications. If I throw specifications, it means I'm saying Teboho wear size 38. The person I want will wear size 38 trouser, and then his shoe will be size 6, all those things. And once I designed exactly, I know what I want. So it shows a level of interest by the executive mayor. I will link these things with his bodyguard to show you, to just connect the dots, what is happening there. The bodyguard driver is throwing the specification of the tender. The bodyguard driver, his contract is linked to that of the executive mayor. Executive mayor is saying, I don't know this man was involved in this kind of a performance kind of task at the municipality. I was not aware as executive mayor. We are saying it's a blue lie, because a person who's a bodyguard driver, it will mean that whenever you move to any place, the first person that you must worry about before you leave to check as to whether you are safe is your bodyguard driver. And then if you are to drive to a particular place, the person who must drive you is the bodyguard driver. Why don't you ask yourself during that time, where is this person? And when he comes back, he must explain where he was. And then he attended those committees, all those things. We then said the executive mayor is involved in this thing, and it's a clear issue of corruption. And then forensic investigation absolved us. It pointed that the executive mayor is conflicted, and number of people involved, and the contract, the manner it was facilitated in a corrupt manner. And then we then filed for a motion of no confidence. But not only that, we wanted to take people to residential sites in town where it's prime land, because we believe Black people deserve to dwell in a prime land, not to the margins of margins. We wanted them right at the center of the town, where it will be easy for them to go to a mall. It must be a walking distance. When you go to your working place, it must be a walking distance, because some of those people, in majority, they are working there in Sasol. Others, when they buy either in Val Mall or Sasolburg. So we're basically reducing the cost of living by taking them to town. And then Zwane, because he's scared of white people and he's anti-Black, he refused to take our people there.
Mr. Msimanga, I hear what you're saying. I want to go back to the issue of the bodyguard driver, where you mentioned issue of specific the specs on the tender document were actually designed in such a way. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Now, in this regard, was the bodyguard driver, his company, was the company that was awarded the tender, one that is owned by the bodyguard driver, or what? If you can clarify that part, because I want to understand, how does the bodyguard driver fit into the tender specification? Was his company the one that is handling it, or was it the one that is being appointed?
Look, when you draw specifications, you basically draw what is required that you need as an end user of the product.
Okay.
And the manner that you are drawing it, if you are a bodyguard driver, our belief is that a bodyguard driver, he wrote it in such a manner that fits particular interest within the municipality. That includes the interest of the suspended of Metsimaholo Local Municipality, because at the ultimate end, the whole thing was concluded in a corrupt manner. Is there in the forensic investigation report is saying this thing, the way it is concluded in a manner that is corrupt.
So okay, Tammy, you can come in.
Yeah, talking about that, like the senior management that have been suspended, I think there were about 5 senior managers who were suspended. What is your view and opinion around the involvement of senior managers in this kind of corrupt activities?
My view is that we must practice what we call consequence management. There has to be consequences for every wrong action. Hence, we told our councillors, go there and ensure there be consequence management. We follow this thing to the latter. If needs be, we come up with forensic investigation. Let's come with forensic investigation. We go to the deeper part of it so that we are able to show an example that here in Metsimaholo will not play. We're going to deal with corruption whenever it raises its ugly head. So we did exactly that in Metsimaholo. And moving forward, I think that thing of suspending directors at that level, it shows how serious the current leadership will be in fighting corruption. By the way, we're leading the pack. Us and the ANC, we're leading the pack. But we went further to demand consequence management even on the executive mayor. That's how serious we are in fighting corruption. We are tired of this thing, of theorizing about corruption and trying to marinate it. We're attending it thoroughly.
But are you also attending to it like criminally? Like, would you be laying criminal charges against all that are involved?
My brother, you are late. We have already opened a case. I will furnish you with I'll furnish you with the case number.
Mr. Msimanga, at first, you were about to mention for the company that got appointed for the security issue. Is it the one that is being owned by the security driver? I mean, the mayor's driver?
It's not owned by a security driver. We do not have anything that's in this company is owned by the security driver. These people are sophisticated nowadays. They will put someone whom they know they can access resources whenever they want to. So they will not be that so open that you can easily trace them. Nowadays, people are operating in a very sophisticated manner. So even for you to catch them, you'll have to be very sophisticated.
So now, in this regard, so far you did mention the part where the case has been opened, but now what is the way forward after the case has been opened in terms of the future of the municipality?
Look, we owe people of Metsimaholo service delivered. Services have been postponed for quite some time in Metsimaholo. The town is dirty. Sasol firm has not been playing a role that we're expecting it to play in Sasol firm, in Sasol, given that then pollution that our people are basically enduring because of Sasol firm. And other companies that are surrounding Sasol firm, Sasolburg and Metsimaholo at large. So they need to be role players, they must play their part. And we're going to request them to play their part. Failure to do so, we're going to force them to play their part. We're not the former liberation movement. As we're going to force them to play their part there.
Earlier you mentioned the part this motion, especially this, it's a joint venture between you and the ANC. So now in terms of...
Did I say that?
You said you are in collaboration.
No. You did not hear me well, my brother. I'm saying to you, the motion, at some point the ANC filed the motion, and for the reasons best known to themselves, they decided after they were defeated at the court on technicalities, they decided not to file again. And then we filed after getting forensic investigation because we're convinced that we have a case. And this thing is strengthening our conviction that this government is corrupt, the DA government is corrupt. And then we went for them. So we put a motion, councillors vote with because it was secret ballot, will not know who voted for EFF, who did not vote for EFF. I do not want to know something that I don't know, even myself.
Okay, but now in terms of...
As to whether ANC voted with us, you must go and ask ANC people. But now I can't confirm.
Okay, but in terms of the future now, so that, like I asked earlier, in terms of the future, who is the current mayoral candidate or the acting mayor that's been put in the position?
It's not acting, it's the executive mayor. He has executive powers. His name is Jack Malindi. It's from AIC. From
AIC. Was this... Yes. Okay, so it was agreed as a conclusion to say we put somebody there. Now you mentioned...
EFF voted for it.
Okay, you mentioned part, or you want to get Sasol to actually play its role. What would be that role that you want Sasol to play, especially when it comes to Metsimaholo?
Look, they must assist as far as development of that community is concerned. We saw that given that white leaning party was there, it then assisted with paving. It must do that even when pro-black party is there, because ANC has been there for quite some time. Sasolburg has not been coming to a party. So we're saying moving forward, they must assist not only Sasol town, they must assist at the location, they must equally go as far as assisting Orangeville and Dennisville. Point of priority, a problem, roofs. That might be, it's a life-threatening situation. If we are saying ours is a constitution that defends the right to life, and if we are saying life is value of all values, we must prioritize life. We must prioritize that issue of asbestos. In all areas of Metsimaholo must ensure, and Sasolburg must come to party, because some of these asbestos roofs were basically sponsored by Sasol firm in Zamdel. So they must play a role. In fact, many people lost their lives as a result. So they must be held responsible. There's a lot of pollution that they are polluting our people. They must assist us to have 24-hour clinics in Metsimaholo, so that we are able to treat, including infections as a result of pollution and asbestos roofing that they provided to people of Metsimaholo. It's the least that we are asking after committing so huge hindrance sin to our people of Metsimaholo.
Okay, time.
And another thing that we're going to prioritize, since Jeff Zwane has left, we'll continue with our mission. We've spoken to the political parties there who agree. We'll be giving people sites in town, of course, who agree. That should be our priority as EFF. We're taking sites there. Our people will in town, because that's where they must live. There's nothing untoward about that. We're human beings. We deserve to live in a prime land. If they complain about services, will get us there. We took people into Moitrai, and then services are coming to Moitrai. We have learned that we must basically lead, and then services will follow. So we can't wait for services.
Yes, tell me, like, why does it seem like the EFF is afraid to take the lead? Because now you sponsor a motion of no confidence against the mayor, but you do not sponsor your own mayoral candidate to actually take lead and charge the change that should take place in Metsimaholo.
No, look, there's what we call strategy and tactics in politics. There are politics of time and space. So does time allow us to take a lead, given the dynamics in Metsimaholo? No.
Why does it not?
Was scared. Let me just relate to my point. I'm taking it further. You would know that all political parties there will not be comfortable to be led by ANC or EFF or DA. So the only option that we're left with is to come with a smaller political party, and we present them with a platform, and then we work together in the best interest of Metsimaholo people. That's what we did. And then we came with an acceptable solution. It's not about positions. It's about the policy perspective and understanding and mastering, listening to pulse of communities. At every point, you must be able to listen, to say, okay, this is the situation. And then under this situation, how do we maneuver and navigate through? We did exactly that. We've provided direction, we led, and then we said, okay, it's fine. It's clear that between us and the ANC, the feeling is mutual. But if the small party is leading there, we can really provide services and give our people whatever they want. We owe it to our people. There have not been services there, but there are going to be services. That town want to bring it where it was before. You know, there was a time that town was very clean, but not only town, including township. There was a time it was very clean. We want to take it there. So we have spoken with other political parties who have agreed that we're going to hire a number of general workers. Those general workers, we are going to divide them by shifts. We do not want to see paper in the streets of Metsimaholo. That's how we are committed to clean Metsimaholo. So the people, they must know that not electing us, they are missing a lot. So we're going to provide sites, we're going to lead, we're going to provide direction.
I don't know if you can hear me. You went mute there. You're back on. It seems like we've lost Tammy, but Mr. Msimanga, your audio, you're muted. Okay, you are muted, but I'm going to raise a question now that you mentioned, Ishwahore. You guys want to actually improve service delivery in the municipality. So now, going forward, what's the approach in terms of the EFF working together with the new mayor and the ANC MMCs? In what specific areas of cooperation and disagreement you guys tend to foresee it's going to happen? What future plans in terms of a collaboration you guys have? What plans do you have?
Look, I've already outlined a number of plans, but we need to bring dignity of Metsimaholo back. We need to make it a town where everyone will want to go in Metsimaholo. We need to act in the best interest of our people, providing them with land, providing them with services that they require so much. But more than anything, we must force, this time we must force private sector to come to a party. And stick approach, wherever they come to a party. We will definitely unleash, will be confrontational.
But do you guys have confidence in the new mayor that you recently appointed?
We have full confidence. We'll never elect someone whom we do not have full confidence. We want to give him a chance.
Is it somebody that you say the community can actually say, we will have change in terms of going forward? Because we tend to see mayors when they come in, hey, they all get excited, we all excited, then 10 days down the line, the guy decides to change.
Even Brenda first said so. If he changes, obviously, you will be moving on a wrong side. You will be vibrating to the wrong side. I think we'll then deal with it when a situation arises there. But for now, we have not any reason to doubt him. We support him. He's a sober person. He's a humble, down-to-earth person. Who's prepared to work with whoever, including ANC, DA, and everyone there, in the best of to provide stability in that area.
I want to conclude because I can see you are in demand and you have to go also. So in terms of strengthening your presence as EFF in the area, since you've actually won a motion of no confidence, do you see, how are you guys planning to actually strengthen your support base and actually grow your numbers in that particular areas? Look,
we are strong in Metsimaholo. People knows us. That's why we've been growing. Nationally, EFF has grown so much in Metsimaholo. We're leading in terms of numbers. So what we need to provide is only to take our people into confidence that
it seems like
no.
You're back on. Can you hear me?
They're flooding me with calls here.
Yeah,
so I'm saying Yeah, main demand. So I'm saying there's nothing to prove on our side except showing people that we can be government. When what are they missing not electing EFF? We are going to give it all in the best interest of our people. We'll show them what they miss in the EFF, how things will be under the government of EFF. So, gentlemen, watch and see. We're leading now, we're at the front seat. We're giving departments to run, and you'll just, after 100 days, call us and ask us what's happening in your department. I think answers will be there even before you can interview us. We're ready, combat ready. We're running this thing.
Before I give you an opportunity to give us a closing message, Mr. Msimanga, Mr. Thambo, is there anything you want to add?
No. I think you handled it quite well. Just wish to thank the provincial secretary for the opportunity to have engaged with us, and so firm in their view that we'll see changes where they govern or where they assist to govern. Yeah, thank you very much, PS.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Follow us in Metsimaholo, where things will be happening. EFF is there. It's leading departments. Follow our departments. We are leading cleansing there, led by Lefa Nhlapo. We are leading parks there. It's led by organizational development, cooperative is led by
the EFF former mayor in Metsimaholo there.
Yeah, that's how serious we are. Human settlement led by regional chairperson April Mutau. We're going to give people sites. Budulo, my son, Budulo. Thank you.
Thank you, Provincial. Mr. T.
Stop. Thank you very much, man. That was insightful, and let's take them on their word for now, but we'll definitely want to see action on the ground. I think let's follow up in the next 100 days and see, what has changed, or whether there'll be a change of the mayor again, because 100 days in politics can be a very long time. And the mortality of these coalition governments have not provided any sense of stability at all. So, 100 days, we may see a different mayor. Who knows?
He mentioned something very important that people don't actually pay attention to: the role of corporate in areas, in community areas, which is, for example, in their municipality, Sasol. Sasol has a CSI budget that actually has to go to the community and actually implement certain projects. And honestly speaking, I haven't been seeing anything from a CSI's point in terms of what Sasol has been doing. And it's something that we need to make a follow-up and actually engage with Sasol and find out what programs do they have to benefit the community of Metsimaholo.
Yes, I think you're right. Absolutely. Maybe we must also be inclusive in our approach to engaging these people. The producers, we'll set it up. Let's speak to some of themselves and ask them what is their effort intervention. Because I know with some people, they've said that the companies have become wary of taking resources to government institutions or to municipalities themselves to actually use for service delivery. Some of them would prefer to handle the procurement and everything themselves because of the seeming fear for corruption or mismanagement of resources that are being provided to these entities. So let's hear from them if that is the case, and whether or not there is a part of that Metsimaholo area that they are servicing in one way or the other that we have not been informed about. But you're right, like the corporate sector needs to play a more active role in the communities where they operate, especially in areas like Sasolburg, where the community is very much negatively impacted by by their core business. polluting the air that the people breathe as a result of their own profit motives. So let's see how they'll respond to that.
No, definitely. It's something that we'll look into, because also to mention even across the Free State, especially when it comes to the mining corporations and all that, there is over close to 200 million. This is me just thumb-sucking from my last numbers that I got. 200 million in terms of CSI projects that actually were supposed to be implemented, but they never got to be implemented. We just need to find out, where did the money go? Did it go to the municipality? Did it go to who? Did it go to whose coffers? And what are the mines and those corporates doing? It's something that we need to actually start putting together and actually interacting in and finding solutions, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah, my brother.
I think we should be back at 12 again with another section. We'll be talking to the ANC, in the Free State, getting their reaction also on the Metsimaholo removal of the mayor there, and what is their reaction and what do they plan to do going forward. Also, very importantly, there's a seeming disjuncture between the ANC in the province and the ANC in Fezile-Dabi. Are they working together? Is there, because it seems that this removal of the executive mayor there was not supported by the ANC in the province. The region may have done it with the EFF by themselves with no support of the ANC. So let's get it from them. What is the actual is there a disjuncture, or is it just a rumor? Yes.
Then I'm not gonna log out, and I'll just keep it like this.
All right, cool. We are out for